Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Breakfast with Sergio. Welcome, and today I'm going to show you a couple tips in Photoshop that will make your images look awesome before you post them on your website or on social media or your press kit or your whatever you want to do with that image. I'm going to show you a couple tips that you can use in Photoshop really quickly. So what's in my breakfast today? Well, simply today I was kind of running a little bit late, so I took some French bread, I cut it in slices, then I put peanut butter, because I love peanut butter, with peanut butter, some honey on the top, and then I just cut some apple slices, and that is for breakfast for me today, this morning. Let me know what you're having for breakfast, my friend. But a lot of times, as artists, we go around, we take photographs during events, for example, during your opening, or maybe you go to somebody else's opening, or maybe you have pictures that you take in your studio and with your phone, and sometimes you need to clean them up. You need to a quick tip to help you clean them up fast and easy so that it looks amazing. You always want to make sure that your photographs look really, really great before you put them online, right? Because your photographs represent who you are as an artist and the things you're doing, right? So you want to be very careful with that. So I'm going to show you right now three quick tips, three things that I do with my photographs before I post them. Let's say I have an opening, or I go to an opening and I take some pictures. I download them in my phone really quickly, and these are just a picture that I do with my phone. And I'm going to show you three quick tips that I do in Photoshop to make them look really, really cool, really, really great. So let me change my screen, my friend, so you can see that right now. So I am here right now in Photoshop. This is a photograph I took here, and it's kind of dark, so I want to clean it up. I want to make it look really, really nice. So the first thing I will do is I'm gonna go to the levels, and I'm gonna go to image adjustments levels, and there's a lot of things about the levels that I can tell you about, but all you want to do if you are a newbie in Photoshop, and since I want to do this really quickly, is all you want to do in Photoshop is just look at this is what's called the histogram here in the middle. It's like a little mountain right here. Then on the left side is your dark, and then on the right side is your lights, and then the midtones right in the center here. So the darker side of your image, the lighter side of your image. So you want to make sure that this histogram, or that this data here, data of the density of your image, is spread out from left to right, from dark to light. So if you see there's a big gap, in my histogram here between around here in the midtone to the light area. So that means that there's not really light color. It's not really bright enough in my image, and that's why it's so dark. So I'm gonna take the right slider in my histogram, bring it up to barely touch the histogram, and you can see how my image is changing up to there. You can see how already it looks a lot better. It went from kind of being kind of dark and muddy to a much brighter image. And I'm looking at my artwork. That's the most important thing, right? I'm looking at the artwork. I want to make sure that the artwork looks great. You don't want to overdo it, otherwise you get these really ugly hot spots. It really blows away the image, so you don't want to overdo it. So I'm gonna go a little bit less. Boom, I think right there looks great. Again, you just want to make sure that the histogram is spread between the dark and the light points right there. The density of your image, this will balance the density of your image, and if that's all you need, you want to click OK. Boom. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, and the artwork looks great. I'm always looking at the artwork. The problem is the stuff around, like the walls around the artwork don't look very clean. Not because they are dirty, but because just the lighting, right? There's some hot spots here. On the right, it's a little bit more bluish, a little bit more yellowish on the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, here I'm going to give you another quick tip. I'm going to use the dash tool to kind of balance out the outside of my image, outside of the artwork. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to take my selection tool so that I can really quickly isolate the artwork and don't touch the artwork. I think the artwork looks great, so I don't want to touch that. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my quick selection tool here in Photoshop, quick selection tool, and then make a brush that's big enough so I can click on my artwork really quickly. Bam, bam. Select the next one with my quick selection tool. Select the next one here. So I have 3 paintings on this photograph right now. So I'm going to click on that. Boom, 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 boom. Very good. All that is selected. Looks great. I'm going to now reverse the selection. So I'm going to go to select inverse so that it selects the outside of my artwork. Now I can change really easily and really quickly the outside of the artwork without damaging any of the paintings that I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, maybe you have never used this in Photoshop. There's a tool that's called the Dash tool. Here towards the bottom of my toolbox, here's called the Dash tool. Boom, there it is. And you can pick for the Dash tool if you want to change the midtones or the lights or dark. So I have selected midtones and I have an opacity of 18%. So I'm working really slowly at 18%, and all I'm doing is I'm clicking, and as I click, it's going to lighten up the wall around the artwork. And it's okay if I go over the artwork because it is isolated right now. It's not selected. All I have selected is the image outside of the artwork, so I can really easily just go around. See how I can now even out those hot spots that were around the artwork, cleaning out the wall. Looks a lot nicer, a lot better. A little bit on the floor, a little bit here as well. Boom, I think that looks pretty good. And one thing I'm going to do also is a lot of times the lighting is yellowish. So there's a little bit of yellowish tint on my wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, and Desaturate. And again, it's not going to affect the artwork because the artwork is isolated. So I'm just going to desaturate a little bit so that it neutralizes the background. Click OK, and boom. I think it looks really good. I can go back and say select inverse again, so that now I have the artwork selected only, and I'm going to just give it a little bit of more contrast on the artwork. So I'm going to go again to Image, Adjustments, Levels one more time, and here on the artwork I'm just going to increase the lightness a little bit also here the midtones, and I think that looks really good. I think that looks really great. And I'm going to now deselect, and my image is ready to post. So let's take a look how it looks before and after. So let's do that. Let me just close here my notifications. There we go. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you how it looks here, and kind of some steps before. See how the image started, sort of. See, pretty dark, and where it's at right now. See, before and after. So before was kind of yellowish, not really well balanced, and now boom, it's ready. So just quickly, very easy tips that you can use to make your images look good. So in this one now I can save it, I can put it on Instagram, I can put it on my website, I can put it anywhere, and it's going to look fantastic. It's going to look fabulous. Again, not that the first one was too bad, but it was kind of dark and not really well balanced. And in less than 5 minutes, I clean up the image, neutralize some of those yellow tones on the wall. Artwork looks beautiful, and now is ready for action. And my friend, that's exactly what I wanted to show you today, and really quickly, so that you can make your images always look the best with these quick Photoshop tips. There's a lot of things you can do with Photoshop. I actually have a whole course on Photoshop basics for artists that I teach both sometimes in person, and I have it all also recorded as an online class. You can find it in Udemy. It's also part of my artist coaching program that I have. So thanks, my friends. Thank you for watching, and I hope you recommend this episode to your friends. Follow me on Instagram at Sergio Gomez Projects. Follow me on YouTube at Sergio Gomez Video. You can find it all the episodes of Breakfast with Sergio. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday, which, by the way, before the summer is over, this Monday, if you have children at home, haven't watched Breakfast with Sergio Monday. If you have children, haven't watched Breakfast with Sergio on Monday, because I have a big surprise for you guys. If you have kids, have them watch Breakfast with Sergio in my next episode on Monday. Thank you, my friends, and we'll see you later. Bye.